Welcome to SBTN's special presentation. Today we are very fortunate to have a young Vietnamese American with us who is running as a candidate for Virginia's 87th district. As you may know, this encompasses Dulles, Sterling, Ashburn, South Riding, and Haymarket. SBTN welcomes the attorney, Chuong Nguyen.
Thank you, Uyen. It's fantastic to have the privilege to speak with you and to speak with the audience at home today. It's a great honor to be here and to have an opportunity to engage the voters.
So Chuong, you have decided to run for a district that a few years ago, I'd say probably 10 years ago, there were probably more farm animals than people in this district, but now it has grown exponentially. So given your background, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that though, I mean, why don't you tell the voters, who are you and what are you doing?
Well, currently, I'm an attorney, but I'll back up a little bit more and tell us how we got here. As with the generations, as with the mass diaspora of the Vietnamese boat people after 1975, I was a child of conflict. And in 1975, after April 1975, at the fall of Saigon, my father, who was a surgeon in the Vietnamese army, was thrown into a re-education camp. And there left my mother to fend for and provide for my three brothers and myself. After 3 years, my father was released from the re-education camp, and they, as a family, and my parents decided to bring my brothers and me to a better life, to escape communist Vietnam, to reach out and serve and provide us a better future. And we did. In the dark of night, in 1978, we left, as millions of others, by boat. We ended up in an island called Pulau Bidang in Malaysia, and after several months there, we were granted asylum to come to the United States and actually resided in Annandale, Virginia, first. My father had to redo his residency, and he did that in Philadelphia, and then found another position in Somerset, Pennsylvania, sort of on the western border of Pennsylvania. And that's where we grew up. My brothers at that time had come and been in high school, and then were off in college in New England. I followed in their footsteps. I went on to Phillips Exeter Academy for high school in New Hampshire, and then on to Harvard, where I studied classics, Latin and Greek. After graduating from Harvard, I was teaching at a school called Woodbury Forest in Orange, Virginia. I was teaching Latin and Greek there. And during the time I was there, I met Justice Carrico. Now, Justice Carrico was a great mentor. He had been Chief Justice of the Virginia Supreme Court and one of the longest serving justices on the Virginia Supreme Court. And he very much altered my life. He told Chuong, I want you to come to law school in Richmond, and intern and clerk for me. And that's exactly what I did. After my time with him, just learning from him both as a jurist, but also as a great mentor and a lifelong civil servant, I was a prosecutor, became a prosecutor in Loudoun County, and did that for 4 years, and now I'm in private practice.
So you really have lived the American dream. You, no kidding, are a boat person. You fled Vietnam under the cover of night, landed in Malaysia. Your family members sponsored you to Annandale, Virginia, which has a lot of traffic, but that's another issue.
Hoping to fix that.
And then you moved with your family up and down the East Coast to pursue your education. That is an amazing story. There are millions more of these stories of refugees coming and becoming true Americans, and it's our stories that become the threads of this great fabric of our society. The Vietnamese American community in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area is about 100,000 strong. That's a lot of people, a lot of voters. And, you know, in the past years, we have not had the opportunity to support one of our own. And when I say one of our own, I'm saying somebody who is accomplished, who is educated, who has climbed up the ladder, bootstrapped himself or herself up. And we have that opportunity this November 3rd. A note right here, which is that Virginia does elections on odd number years. So this year, 2015, Virginia will be voting statewide for new delegates.
Yes.
Is that correct? So, Chuong, can you tell our audience and our viewers, why are you running? This is not a easy task. It's not a well-loved one, perhaps. It's perhaps even a labor of love.
And it certainly is. And on a personal level, it's been an opportunity. Throughout my life, throughout our lives here as a refugee immigrant community here in the United States, we have had opportunities to pursue our American dreams and pursue all the opportunities that have been granted us here in the United States, both through our hard work and through our labors and through the labors of our parents and the previous generations. This is an opportunity for me as a citizen, as a Vietnamese American, to give back to our community, to give back this level of service, to give back an opportunity for others. We have already reached or are in the process of pursuing our American dream, and part of me wanting to help others pursue and fulfill their American dreams. When this opportunity came about, I was a practicing attorney. The current delegate, who is now seeking retirement, and also the party and members of the community sought me out to run for this office, and that was a great opportunity to do that. First person I'd probably talk to was my wife, Dang, who is now a plastic surgeon in South Riding, and together we live in this community. We want to provide back for this community. We want to give back to a community that has so enriched us and represent a voice of a Vietnamese American in U.S. government.
So, with your background, and given what our community makeup is like in this metropolitan area, what do you think Cộng đồng Việt Nam, the Vietnamese American community, needs to get involved in the democratic process, in not just voting, in government, but on a bigger scale? How do we become more than spectators of this great democracy?
We left, and for the refugees, us as Vietnamese refugees, we left a form of government which we did not adhere to, which we fought and we strove and struggled for. And to be able to come here and to be in the United States where we're able to participate in government, we're able to have a voice, we're able to lend our wants and needs to affect what happens to us as citizens. And that's vitally important. For that, in the 40-year history that we have been in the United States, we have succeeded in almost every level of enterprise, whether business, medicine, and law, of course, both of us as well. But especially here in the Washington, D.C., Virginia area, we have not had a representative that's a Vietnamese American in government to lend that perspective, not only a minority perspective in the sense of ethnically, but also a minority perspective in the sense that it's our wants and needs that need to be heard. And so this opportunity provides us as a community to hopefully in support of this endeavor. And it's never about the individual, it's never about the person, it's about the opportunity that this endeavor represents. This opportunity now to become a delegate and to have a representation in state government and hopefully in federal government as well, calls us all to act and to participate. And that's what we're here for to do, and that's what we're here to seek.
Could you share with the audience maybe some of your key points of your platform?
For now, the concerns that affect all of us. Now, I know this year is a non-presidential election, but it's the local state elections that really affect our daily lives. And here, what is the concerns or conditions that we all talk about, sort of these kitchen table concerns. One, education, better education for our kids, and to have better schools, better environments for the schools, and better resources for our children here, to get our tax dollars back to Northern Virginia, back here to this area. One. Second area is transportation and reduction of congestion. These are concerns both, I think, everybody, whether on either side of the aisle, in any context, we have a concern with. We're sitting in traffic all day. We definitely want to focus and reduce all the congestion there. And most also is to bring economic development, economic opportunities for all of us here. All of these efforts in these three areas and these ideas really focus upon a family integrity. as we reach and want our families to stay together, parents come home earlier to spend time with their kids, to nurture and bring their kids to become scholars and become a better workforce and a better work environment. It's all important for us to maintain that family integrity that all of these areas provide us and nurture us for.
So Chuong, sounds like you have a tremendous battle ahead, and time is running out. SBTN hopes that our viewers on November 3rd, 2015, in just a couple months, regardless of your favorite party or football team, we hope you'll exercise your right to vote and vote for somebody who encompasses and represents us. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Chuong.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the viewing audience and to thank you, Nguyen, today for allowing me this opportunity. And again, to please, I beg you to come out, vote, be a part of the government, be a part of this democracy that we have strived so hard to become and to live in. Thank you very much.